You know, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you're in a big city, there's one thing you can't escape, and that's traffic congestion. Whether you be in New York City or central London, the results are the same. When driver and car are caught in traffic, both are functioning at a very inefficient energy level. The average family car burns 25% more fuel in start-stop conditions, contributing enormously to the world's CO2 emissions. As for the driver, stress, pollution and wasted time become part of the daily routine. It was once thought that building more roads was the answer. Now we know better.
The road space will just fill up and you'll be back to square one, or at least you'll be even worse because you'll now have twice the width of the road with the same congestion.
It's all down to human nature, and that, I'm afraid, is where old theories on traffic flow just don't hold water. Traditional models of traffic movement only used origin-destination data. So traffic movement was seen as a kinetic flow, pure motion with no outside influences, just like water flowing through a pipe. But as the officers at traffic control at London's New Scotland Yard will tell you, that simply isn't the case.
One driver can have a very serious effect on the traffic. Just a bad bit of driving. Pulls out, doesn't realise it, somebody behind him stomps on the brakes, they have to stop. That causes a bit of a ripple effect going back up the road, and in heavy traffic, that congestion then builds up, and it might take a couple of minutes to start and an hour to clear.
But now there's a traffic flow simulator which can take such factors into account. I'm standing at a major junction in the heart of Edinburgh, Scotland. And this is the same junction modelled by parallel microscopic simulation. The unique feature of this system is that it models traffic flow by including individual driver behaviour. Instead of using the same equation for every vehicle, the Paramix software varies the equations to reflect different types of cars and who might be driving.
Paramix models the individual kinematic characteristics of cars in terms of acceleration and deceleration, weight, and in terms of individuals, it models their behaviour, principally in terms of aggression and awareness.
Paramix also allows for car following, the amount of room drivers allow between cars, lane changing, and gap acceptance, how much space a driver needs to move into a flow of traffic, factors that result in increasingly accurate modelling. Take this simulation, the site of a proposed supermarket development showing the existing road junction and traffic flow. This next screen is a model of the traffic management plan drawn up without the aid of Paramix. The entrance to the supermarket feeds directly onto a roundabout at the main junction. With the same traffic volume, congestion is heavier. The alternative, designed using Paramix, moved the supermarket entrance away from the junction. The resulting effect on congestion is clear. Paramix can also improve the performance of existing infrastructure without building new road networks.
Ramp metering is a classic example of how microsimulation is able to help squeeze more capacity out of the existing road network.
This is a model of the biggest motorway junction in England. Despite traffic lights, long ramp queues occur on some of the ramps because there aren't enough gaps in the traffic for vehicles to slip into. The introduction of ramp metering eases that congestion. Vehicle actuators, seen here in green, detect when cars have stopped on a ramp for more than 10 seconds and automatically change the phase of traffic lights upstream to create gap acceptance. If increasing road space increases traffic, Edinburgh Council wondered if the opposite were true. Does reducing road space decrease traffic? With the aid of Paramix, the city planners tried it on the city's main street. Footpaths have been widened and half the road space in the surrounding network is painted green and dedicated to public buses. Paramix helped design the best rerouting of traffic through and around the city's centre. As a result, congestion has eased and bus patronage has increased for the first time in 40 years. Edinburgh City is proof that computer simulation can design for better flow on our road networks, providing a realistic remedy for a very real problem.